This job starts so that firstly we open this glove box, and then in that area we remove this glove box, this spring. It is in this part, and I have to take that in this way away, look. And then next point is that I have to compress these sides in this area and move this little bit outer. Now this part already opens, and that area also I move that in this way, and now this glove box opens. And look, there are those connection points in here, and these parts in here belongs in these holes in here. This is the trick. Now this glove box is free. Excellent. And then we look in that filter area, and now there is a little bit different kind of this filter cover than before, and this is the trick. There are those two small things. Look, this opens only in that way that these areas I compress like with my fingers little bit in here, and then I pull out that in here. Look, and note that this arrow is up, this text, and then I little bit lift that in that way carefully. Do not bend that too much, but this really goes in here. And trick is that when this is tight, I have to compress these two small pins like in that way. This is the trick. Do not break this. And then I lift firstly this thing in here, and then I pull out in that way. Look, do not damage this part. Okay, and there is filter, an important thing always. Look, there must be this arrow up. This my car is new one, and I can guarantee that this up is right sign. And then we take this filter away in here, and note that we can reuse this filter if this is totally clean, like in my one. But every time, every 10,000 miles, I recommend that you purchase new Toyota's original filter, because this part can include all kind of diesel cars, these small particles, and that's this can to be stuck. And use only original Toyota's filter. Do not purchase these aftermarket poor quality paper filters. And then we go to replace the filter. This one. Okay. And note all time that this up text must be in this position, and then there are those small supporting clamps, and when I little bit move that in here and that one, I can lift that up in this way. Look, and there is text replace only, and look those up comments, and this my one, this is original filter from Toyota dealership center. I recommend you to visit in Toyota dealership center, and this filter element cost about 15 US dollars, 10 to 20 euros or dollars. And then when we install that back, check that arrow is up, and also there this text are up in this filter, and we install that firstly in these small clamps in this way. Look, and then that area carefully I bend these things in here. Work carefully. If there is any holes in here, then this filter is useless. This filter purpose is to take out in this air what comes to inside, especially those diesel cars, small, very dangerous particles, and this filter collects these things, and also it collects this pollution from we have in roads. Okay, and that's I recommend to do that job every year and every 10,000 miles. And then we go to install this filter back. And this my filter is really new, and there is only mileage now 1,000 miles. And that's I don't replace now this my filter. But in next 10,000 miles I will replace that. And then when we install this filter back, it is important to check that this up arrow is really, like in my case, in here, this up arrow, it is in up phase, and then I install this in this hole. What we can see, it goes nicely in there, and again check that this up arrow is in to up, and then I only press that totally in there inside, in that way, look. And then we check that these planes are in same position, that one and that one. And in here also, everything is great. And next step is to take this my cover, and remember that this cover goes only in one way. Not in this way, and not in that way. And there is arrow, what means that up, and then the corporation logo, and this goes firstly in this left side, and look, this is like now in 45-degree angle, because there are those small holes where these parts must go nicely in that way, look, and in that area you can see that how this position is. This is important. And next step is that I carefully move that in here, and we look that area very close way in here, and then I only finger that in here. And final test is to check with one finger that this is tight, remember, and if this is loosened in that way, we have made wrong thing again, and now it's in there. Good. And carefully these plastic parts, carefully, because they can go broken, and if you have these broken parts, you can go to purchase this new cover from Toyota dealership center, and this part cost about $20 or euros. Okay, and now this my cover is ready, and final step is to check that up arrow is in this way. Look, it is in there up arrow. Excellent. And next part, what we have to do is that we take this my glove box, and there are those holes in here, and this is the trick. And then I have to connect this glove box, these pikes, to these holes. This is easy. In that way, in here, in that area, and then that area. Good. And then next step is to compress this in a little bit deeper, in that way. Look. Now I press this my in here, and then these locking pins must go in their inner area, and in that position keep your finger in there and press this in this way, that we hear the sound. And then if this glove box is moving in that way, we are almost in ready. And the final part is to install this glove box spring back. We can move that up and down, and now it is in position, and then I press that in this way. Oh great, and now this job is ready, and we only check how this goes deep and close. Excellent. Everything is working fine, and then I have to clean this cover finally. Okay, and this was the service, and now air filter has been replaced, and you have clean air inside.